piece of fucking blood. Gee, fuck. Ah. The Steam box has been announced, and from what I understand, it's going to be a little computer to play games on, running off the Steam operating system. So it's kinda going to also be a console. And then there's a thing where, as it stands right now, it's possible to have different versions of the Steam box, each running different hardware. So let me explain from the beginning, shall we? Valve wants to test how a self-recognizing PC console hybrid is going to work in the market. For those of you who are unaware, the main problem with PC gaming is drivers, because every PC can be different and run off different hardware. So, because of this, the tweaking of drivers for a game that runs off PC when everything is totally different from person to person can be a great deal harder than getting it to run off console where all the hardware is pretty much the same. Now the hassle with this issue is that PC gamers often have to search very hard through the internet for hours, looking for a way to fix a buggy game or wait for a patch. Now sometimes this happens to console gamers, but that is extremely rare. Now, what the Steam box wishes to do is take out the troubleshooting part of PCs with Valve's new Steam operating system, where the operating system will know exactly what parts you're using and fix the problem for you. I know I'm oversimplifying things a bit, but stick with me here. Now, what does the operating system do is allow you to make your own console. That's right, it allows you to make your own console, filled with the parts that you choose. Now I understand not a lot of people out there are gonna build a PC and call it a console. That's why the Steam operating system is totally free, and Valve is letting other companies create their own consoles with their own parts. Now from a business standpoint, this is fucking brilliant. Whereas Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo all make their own consoles, which cost a fuck ton of money, Valve is letting anyone make their own console, and they are doing it. All they are doing is just providing a home screen for it. Imagine if Microsoft no longer made the Xbox, but still had Xbox games. Instead, you would put your Xbox games into the PlayStation 3 and then log into the Xbox menu from your PlayStation 3. That's pretty much what Valve is going for. All of the profits and none of the risk. That's pretty much it. All of the profits and none of the risk. And not only does it take the burden off Valve from making these console PC hybrids, it also lightens the distributor's load because you won't have to meet a really high demand. Instead, they can release as few or as large a supply as they want, because there will always be other companies doing the same. Now, if you're one of those people who are wondering how much the Steam box will be, well, that's the beautiful part. The price of these things can range anywhere from $300 to $2,000. It all depends on the supplier and the parts that he's installed. No doubt the official Steam box will probably be the cheapest since it's Valve. And since NVIDIA are the pricks that they are, they probably will actually pop down like $2,000 on their version if they decide to make it. So let's give a basic example here. Poof! You have the cheap version for $300. The bigger version for $500. And the best version for $700. And because since NVIDIA are a bunch of pricks, they're gonna make their own limited edition version for $2,000. Now, the reason I think there will be around 3 or 4 versions of this is because we don't know how upgradable all this will be. We just don't. And since making these things was trying to appeal to a crowd that didn't want to deal with upgrades, then you would have to find a workaround, such as saying the cheaper version is only good for 4 years or something like that. Of course, that is only one of the possible outcomes. Now, PC users. Now, I'm sure a lot of you PC users out there currently want to know, what does this mean for them right now? Should they switch over to the SteamOS when it releases? And honestly, as I said before, I'm sure that would depend on what you currently do with your current PC. If all you do is play games and surf the web and you don't really care about other programs, yeah, switching over to the Steam operating system might give you a boost in gaming performance. But if you're like me and hosting a lot of other programs such as video editing, sound editing, and along with just a lot of shit that typically runs off the Windows operating system, did I say I'd have to hold off on switching for a while? Especially since I'm almost any type of new software is pretty much sure that any type of new software is going to have a lot of bugs.